NFL.com. Go to NFL.com/mobile to learn more about NFL's mobile offerings. Sleeper Picks is brought to you by Vicks NyQuil. Because in the NFL, there are no sick days.
3-1 Buffalo, led by Ryan Fitzpatrick from Harvard, arriving on a beautiful day in Western New York. This is a really good early game. The Bills against the suddenly losers of 3 straight Philadelphia Eagles. We should have action. We should have action shots of Susie Colbert's arrival like that, I think. Hi, Suze.
Well, that's because I spent yesterday in Detroit in anticipation of Monday Night Football. But meantime, the Cardinals are at the Vikings today, and it was just 18 months ago that Donovan McNabb and Kevin Kolb were still on the same Eagles roster. Since then, McNabb has endured a benching in Washington and absorbed much of the criticism for the Vikings' 0-4 start, consistently taking the high road despite deficiencies at receiver and along the offensive line. Kolb was coveted by the Cardinals, but with just 11 NFL starts under his belt, he's still getting comfortable with all the moving parts of their offense. Arizona has lost 3 straight. Today, the quarterbacks share the field again.
I can't afford to, focus on anybody else. They're 1-3 too. Philly's 1-3. So I can't really focus on what they're doing. I'm only trying to change things here and trying to get a win versus Kevin Kolb. That'll work.
McNabb and company should have some opportunities today against a Cardinals defense that lacks a pass rush, has inexperience at cornerback. But what do you see is the issue with Donovan McNabb?
Well, Suze, he was a top quarterback, there's no doubt, with Philadelphia. But like all of us, coaches, players, owners, commissioners, officials, scouts, eventually they say, get off the train. And when they ask you to get off the train the first time, it really stings. It really stings. So they asked him to get off there. Now he goes to Washington. They asked him to get off there. Now he's third train in 3 years. It's not going too well. He has a rookie quarterback playing behind him. It's just human nature. He's got to be looking over his shoulder a little bit, and rightfully so. Should they lose 2 or 3 more games and the playoffs become prohibitive for Minnesota, I think it's going to be a change. I just don't think the cast is quite good enough for his ability now to get Minnesota very far.
Yeah, 13th season, 34 years old.
Well, it beats you up mentally, too, sure. Not just physically. Yeah. That get off the train stuff, they say, somebody thinks I can't do this too well.
Yeah, it's tough to handle.
Yeah.
Tough to handle. On the opposite side, there's more optimism because Kevin Kolb might be struggling, but offensive coordinator Mike Miller does feel encouraged because he knows he can make the throws, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, you can tell as you study Kevin Kolb right now, he's playing fast. And when you play fast in the National Football League, that means your eyes become very blurry. So things that look very obvious when you study them on tape or on a football field, Kevin Kolb is not seeing them in the course of plays. Now, here's a couple examples of playing fast, not seeing things. Now, as the tight end in the back release out of the backfield, Kolb will stay at the top of the screen because he wants to go to Larry Fitzgerald. Well, Fitzgerald is doubled. So the second you know that, boy, you've got to come off. The ball has to come out. You got 2 guys open. You work through your progression quickly. At 2nd and 15, get yards. Now he gets a sack. Well, now in scoring territory, this is when you have to even be quicker and your eyes have to be clearer. Watch this. 2nd and 1, you get 2 guys that open up right away. Now, I know he wants to score a touchdown. I get all of that. But at 2nd and 1, you got to get a first down. And guys that open quickly, the ball has to come out. Little quick motion there. Now watch them open up. Both of them. There's your shot. I understand the tight end in the backfield or in the back there for a touchdown, but these guys are open. Yes, it's clear as day. We obviously can see it. But when you're not sure, you're uncertain, your eyes become very blurry. The game becomes so fast, it's almost like you're a rookie. You don't see those things. It's not till you go back in tape on Monday and you're sitting there watching with your coach going, oh, I didn't even see that. Things are so fast right now, I didn't see it. Will he eventually slow down? Yes, he will. Will he slow down quick enough so they can get back on track and be consistent? That's the real question that you don't know.
It's going to be loud at the Metrodome today.
There's no question.
Yeah, he's been okay with the silent count, but they're worried about Jared Allen on the right and also Brian Robinson on the left. He's really jumped out on film, too. So Vikings are going to be a lot to handle.
Absolutely.
Just a note about our comfy setting here. Chris Mortensen and I share the NFL talk with a rotating group of analysts, lots of players, coaches, and fans on NFL 32, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. It's a chance for everyone to have a voice through Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Now here's Matthew Berry with his fantasy football sleepers.
Thanks, Susie. First bye week is upon us, so you might be scrambling a little bit. So I got some sleepers for you. And at quarterback, Kevin Cobb is a guy I like today, averaging 262 yards a game with the Cardinals this year. And now he's facing a Viking defense that is 28th against the pass. And that was before Antoine Winfield got hurt. At running back, bit of a gut call here, but I like Dexter McCluster in deeper leagues. You know, he's averaging 5.9 yards per carry. We know he's a big play guy. And the Colts, top 10 in both rushes of 10-plus yards and 20-plus yards allowed. I could see McCluster breaking one off today. At wide receiver, Antonio Brown continues to be more and more part of Pittsburgh's offense. 3 straight games of at least 60 yards. Believe it or not, Brown, not Mike Wallace, leads the Steelers in targets. With the Titans concentrating on Mike Wallace, I expect a solid day from the underrated Brown. Now for some guys I'm not as crazy about today, Matt Schaub. Andre Johnson out, only 4 touchdowns in 3 games with him last year. Still waiting for that ground and pound to start with Sean Green. He's sitting on my bench today, except in deeper leagues. And Nate Washington, I expect a lot of Chris Johnson today, so I don't have him inside my top 20. That's all I have for today. Susie, good luck to you in week number 5. Back to you.
Thanks, Matthew. And for the latest news and analysis of your favorite NFL team, check out Countdown Daily, presented by IBM, only on ESPN.com. Countdown Daily, we cover every team, every day.
Hi, I'm Michael J. Fox. Coming up on the main event, I go back to the future to help the Seattle Seahawks.
All right, man, buckle up. We're set to go.
I'm all buckled in. Back to the future, that's the best writing you could do, Back to the Future.
Plus, 2 teams defying expectations.
Going down the stretch, I believe that they will challenge for the AFC East title.
TJ shows how Buffalo can expose a huge weakness in the Philly D.
BCS Countdown, tonight at 8:15 on ESPN.
We're not employers or employees. Not white collar or blue collar or no collars. We are business in America, and every day we awake to the same challenges. But at Prudential, we're helping companies everywhere find new solutions to manage risk, capital, and employee benefits, so American business can get on with business.
When you're a coach in the NFL, there are no sick days. Vicks DayQuil defeats 5 cold and flu symptoms.
How will Coach Schmidt slow down the Saints passing game? Well, it obviously starts with trying to shut down Drew Brees.
Vicks NyQuil Cold and Flu. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching fever, best sleep you ever got with a cold medicine.
Mascots. 1 winner. View their epic tales of courage, honor, and fur, and vote for your favorite mascot at CapitalOneBowl.com.
You don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys.
NFL women's apparel fit for you. Get the Draft Me top at select retailers and NFLshop.com.
My home ain't much, but with the Watch ESPN app, I could stream one game on my iPad when there's another on the tube. Shoot, all I'm missing is a sofa, a bed, toothpaste, deodorant, someone to tell me I need deodorant, a floor.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
Welcome back to Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by IBM.
Head coach Hugh Jackson leading the Raiders into Houston a short while ago. A lot on their minds for sure. Plenty more on the passing of Al Davis, and certainly someone on our ESPN team that knew Al Davis quite well, Coach John Gruden, a young man that Al took a chance on to be his head coach. We know that he is forever grateful. Coach Gruden is with Mike Tirico. Mike?
John, for you, you were 34 years old, very young for a head coach, and Al Davis hires you. It had to be a unique moment in your career and a great opportunity.
Yeah, I'll always be forever thankful for the opportunity that he gave me. I interviewed for the job about 7 times, but only Al Davis would have taken a chance on an unknown like me. And that was, I think, one of the things that really made him unique and special is he had no fear and he was willing to take risks, even on a guy like me where he probably wasn't right.
And you talk about your experiences, and there's a whole generation that doesn't remember and is being reminded over the last couple of days. Al Davis was a head coach. He was a coach of the year and always kept his on-the-field knowledge of football as a presence with the Raiders, and you experienced that drafts and just even watching games week to week.
Did I ever experience it? You know, he's one of the few guys that could come in your office and draw up a punt protection. And he could draw up cover 2 beaters. He could draw up a goal line front. He knew everybody in the league that played pro football. He knew the coaches. He knew the players. He was on top of all the personnel people. He had an unbelievable football mind, and that's really what he did every day of his life. Try to make the Oakland Raiders better. And I became a lot better coach fast just by being around that atmosphere.
And the legacy, too. The legacy's in so many different ways. The unique appearance of Al Davis. He always knew everything about the Raiders. But what struck me, we were in the Bay Area to do a game a couple of years ago, and you got together with a bunch of Raiders. And it's the only NFL franchise that really has that college alumni feel to the people who worked for Al Davis, played for Al Davis, and wore the silver and black.
Well, he pointed it out to me the very first day I worked there. He says, close your eyes and think of silver and black. And what do you think of? You think of the Oakland Raiders. It's a global franchise. It's got a tremendous tradition of greatness. And some of the players, you saw the names. Some of the guys that were on our sidelines. What a man, Al Davis. He was special.
Thanks. Guys, back to you.
Coach, Mike, thank you very much. Well, I mean, here it is. The Raiders since 1963 when Al came over after being an assistant under Sid Gilman with the Chargers. Third in wins. I mean, see everything. Postseason wins, division titles. Only the Cowboys and the Steelers since 1963 have won more regular season games. This, of course, it doesn't even go into the 3 Super Bowl titles in 76, 80, and 83, so 3 and 8 years. The resume of just winning, baby. Impressive enough as we continue to talk about the passing of a football icon, Al Davis. And Arian Foster. Houston, I'm sure they respect what Al meant, but Houston trying to win a football game and go to 4-1. They playing the Raiders today. We have Morton Adam. What's going on here around the league? What do you got for us?
Boom, coming up, we'll tell you about one of the biggest fines that the NFL ever has handed down.
And we'll also tell you why we think Donovan McNabb may have just 1 quarter left as a starter with the Minnesota Vikings.
You didn't bring Miller Lite?
No. What's the difference? Miller Lite has more taste. I don't care. I just brought these.
Well, that's the second unmanly thing you've done today.
What was the first?
Get it off! Get it off!
Yes, that was unmanly.
Yes, it was.
Man up. Choose a light beer with more taste. Grab a triple hops brewed Miller Lite with that great Pilsner taste.
In you go.
Get that fish away from me.
Peace of mind of owning a 2011 IIHS top safety pick, the all-new Volkswagen Passat.
Well, that's going to do it for the 9 o'clock hour right here on ESPNU. Switch over to ESPN as College Game Day continues.
Well, let's go, guys. 10 o'clock. Come on. Hurry up. Get on up there.
Aaron, you forgot your purse.
That's not a purse. That's a satchel. Yeah, he's big in Europe right now, but
You wouldn't know about that.
No, I would not.
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays at 9 a.m. on ESPNU. Continues at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
Check out these seats for this weekend's game.
Scoring your dream tickets is no longer a fantasy, even on the day of the event, even if it's sold out. StubHub, where do you want to sit?
When we brought the victory challenge to the streets, we were not going to do it at some freaking poser parade. No, sir. This is Sturgis. Let's ride. You ladies gonna sit here sunning yourselves all day, or you want to go on a victory ride with me? All right. Let's make it happen. Come on, boys, on your feet.
I would definitely ride that victory.
Ride one and you'll own one. You got that, sweet lip?
You don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with other boys.
NFL women's apparel fit for you. Get the Draft Me top at select retailers and NFLshop.com.
The Vikings, despite being 0-4, not making a quarterback change.
We've got a number of areas besides our quarterback that we have to improve.
We picked some poor players and we're not owning up to it, and it's a little late for this season to get it right.
I'm going to be quite honest. The biggest surprise for me was they didn't do it sooner.
Steelers linebacker James Harrison will have surgery tomorrow on a fractured orbital bone right eye.
On behalf of the 1985 Chicago Bears, we consider him one of us.
Back in 2004, when I was running for the Senate, some people were trying to draft Ditka to run against me. Coach, I'm glad you didn't run because I have to say I probably would have been terrible on ESPN.
He would have been okay, I think.
Believe me, he would have been okay.
How was the White House? The White House Friday, 25 years later after your great 85 championship.
My wife looks at him and she says, points to the White House. She says, nice house. He says, yeah, I hope I'm here after 2012. It was a genuine experience. Our guys loved it. He was terrific. Couldn't have been any better. He was so gracious to our football team and our organization. And everybody that went enjoyed it. The guys that didn't go, that's your problem. You made a mistake.
Well, let me ask you this. You're together on a team trip with that team 25 years later. You've been together for reunions. This was a team trip. How was that, being with all the folks?
It was great, really. You know, the plane ride, everything. You know, the thing, when you get down, you don't understand the security, guys. You understand. You know, it's hurry up and wait. Security is incredible. But we had those, escorts everywhere. I mean, now to go through Washington at 4 o'clock or 4:30 in the afternoon, you have to have an escort. It would have taken 3 hours. So we got 15 minutes. We're right at Reagan on the plane out of there.
Very nice.
I'm griping because people aren't getting off the bus quick enough. Get on the plane. Let's go home.
What a great thrill. 25 years later, that was great. Well, Mort and Adam would have been invited, but the White House was afraid that they would steal some of the silverware. What do you guys have?
And we would have. Absolutely. For allegedly having contact with some of its players during the lockout, the NFL fined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a whopping $250,000. The league office did an exhaustive search of the Buccaneers' telephone records, poring over thousands of calls and finding more than 5 calls that lasted about 16 minutes in total length. Much of that is presumed to be the team reaching out to cornerback Aqib Talib when he encountered some of his legal difficulties. Still, the NFL decided it was enough evidence to impose one of its stiffest fines ever.
And will the second quarter of Donovan McNabb's season be the last of his career as a starter? Vikings coach Leslie Frazier hopes not. Frazier preached to his team the season is divided by quarters after its 0-4 start and said their goals are still attainable. Behind closed doors, he encouraged McNabb, believing the 34-year-old QB is still battered from his experience with the Redskins. If McNabb can't turn it around in the next 4 games, the team's bye week 9 could open the door for first-rounder Christian Ponder. Not that the table is all set for Ponder. Just ask Kevin Cobb, who replaced McNabb in Philly, but now comes into Minnesota as the struggling Arizona starter today. And David Garrard says he wants to play football again this year, but told ESPN he spurned the Dolphins for a couple of reasons after the team lost Chad Henne for the season. For one, Garrard feared the amount of guaranteed money offered by Miami wouldn't protect him from being cut a second time this season. He also said the Dolphins' instability after an 0-4 start was hardly ideal, even wondering whether Tony Sparano would still be the coach in 2 weeks despite a vote of confidence from owner Stephen Ross. Keep an eye on the 49ers and Bears.
Cincinnati's #1 ranked defense soon could be getting even better and certainly more interesting. Adam Pac-Man Jones is ready to come off the physically unable to perform list after undergoing off-season neck surgery, and Cincinnati plans to activate him later this month, likely in time for the October 30th game at Seattle. Jones is said to be in great shape, has gained 10 pounds of muscle, and he'll be working to the Bengals cornerback rotation of Leon Hall, Nate Clements, and Kelly Jennings. As anxious as Jones is to return, the Bengals are even more anxious to have him back. And now, much more coming up from Pittsburgh.
I'm Josina Anderson, and coming up on Countdown, I'll tell you why an injured Ben Roethlisberger is willing to sacrifice his future to play against the Tennessee Titans today.
You are watching Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by IBM.
I'm a Wrangler guy. Always have been, always will be.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. For long-lasting comfort and value, the right choice is Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans. Available at Walmart.
Looks like our work is done here. Nice work, team. I'm heading home. Mommy, need some help, ma'am? Oh, thank you. These things are heavy. Hey, honey. Glad you're home.
Built for work and everything you work for. The 2012 Chevy Silverado HD. From fathers to sons, Chevy runs deep.
Not bad, huh? Oh, Green Lantern Blu-ray Combo Pack with a Blu-ray for perfect picture and perfect sound. A DVD and now an ultraviolet digital copy. Green Lantern Extended Cut. Buy the Blu-ray Combo Pack Friday.
I got this one, old man.
For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing.
What if I told you that there is a game before the game? ESPN Films presents The Dotted Line, directed by Morgan Spurlock. Tuesday at 8 on ESPN. Brought to you by Buick.
Tomorrow, Monday Night Countdown is live from Detroit. The Lions' dynamic duo hop aboard the Gruden bus. And the plays that keep you saying, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Monday Night Countdown, tomorrow at 7 on ESPN.
We're excited. All of Detroit is excited. You know what? Chicago's excited too. 2-2 Bears at the 4-0 undefeated Lions. They haven't had a Monday night game at the Lions in 10 years. The Motor City will be jumping for sure. So is our booth. Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Ron Jaworski. Here again is Mike.
Boomer, thanks. The Lions have not had a 4-0 start in 3 decades, haven't had a Monday night home game in a decade, so needless to say, there's great anticipation in Michigan for the game, one of the highest demand tickets they've had. And why not? Calvin Johnson, 2 touchdowns in each of the first 4 games. Matthew Stafford rolling on offense. But, John, they've had to come from behind. The defense has gotten off to some slow starts. What do you see as a strength when you look at that group on film?
The front four of the Detroit Lions, they're scary, and I think they're as good as any front four in football. Led by Ndamukong Suh, their defensive tackle. He's the leader of what I call the Silver Bullet Band. They got Van Den Bosch, Cliff Averill, Nick Fairley, their rookie out of Auburn, might make his debut Monday night. They will smash you, and I know you're glad you're not playing quarterback against the Detroit Lions. They're for real up front.
Yeah, you are correct. I'm glad I'm not playing. And when you look at this Bears offense right now, they're looking for an identity. For the first 3 weeks of the season, they were a pass-happy football team, and Jay Cutler was getting beaten into the ground. Well, week 4, they come out against Carolina. They run the football. Matt Forte, 25 rushes, 205 yards. They're finding that balance, which is going to be critical against Detroit.
I want to see that defense. They gave up over 500 yards to Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. I don't think Briggs and Urlacher enjoyed that particularly. We'll see what happens Monday night. Chris, we'll see you from Ford Field with kickoff just after 8:30 Eastern Time.
It's going to be awesome. And our program begins in the afternoon, of course, the middle of the afternoon with prime time right up through Monday Night Countdown, 90 minutes. We begin at 7 Eastern Time, and, of course, the show is served by
Applebee's.
There you go, Tom. There'll be a lot to talk about. These Lions, man, they are fun to watch. Bears ain't bad either, coaching. Chris, let's get back to today. Is Chevrolet unsung hero for this afternoon? What are you looking at?
Matt Hasselbeck. You're talking about a QB rating this year, a QBR, ESPN's own QB. Third in the league, 82.4. Quietly in his 13th season, boom, having one of the best season, has the Titans at a 3-1 record. A lot of people talk about this offseason, who they're going to get at quarterback. Titans slipped in, they got him a winner.
Well, he's been to the Super Bowl, he knows what he's doing, and we check out 8 TD passes against 3 picks his first 4 games this year with a new system, a new team, and everything. Didn't start great, but we remember that playoff game he had for the Seahawks over the Saints. He can still do it, and Pittsburgh is hoping he can't do it again today. We'll be back.
Coming up.
Can't wait.
We'll dive into the sights and sounds of the Jets-Patriots rivalry, DJ Porter style.
I hate the Jets. He said he hated the Jets.
And big trouble for Big Ben?
This is my last year. It's my last year. That's the way I play the game. I play the game like every game could be my last.
TJ tells us why it may be curtains for the Steelers. Next.
Unsung Hero is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers.
So, what do you think? I'm not crazy about these
Kitchen's
light fixtures.
too small.
What's next?
607 Franklin Street. Seabass. I like it.
Yeah, I love the kitchen.
The EPA estimated 42 mpg highway Chevy Cruze Eco. Perfect for finding your way home.
It's a full day of soccer on ESPN2. Tim Howard and Clint Dempsey lead the U.S. against Ecuador, followed by Mexico-Brazil. Coverage kicks off Tuesday with Germany-Belgium, followed by USA-Ecuador and Mexico-Brazil on ESPN2.
The world's airports land a plane every second, but over the next 20 years, air traffic is expected to double. The systems that track, manage, and connect these flights weren't built to handle all that data. IBM's working with Boeing on a next-generation system to help integrate global air traffic more efficiently and in real time. Making another of the world's most critical systems smarter. That's what I'm working on. I'm an IBM. Let's build a smarter planet.
We love ordering sushi, but it was getting expensive. So to save some money...
Looks great, hon.
And we're not real proud of this.
No, we're not.
Have you guys seen Captain Stewie and Little Miss Neptune?
Did you look all over the place under your desk? All around?
They're fish. They live in a bowl.
What are you gonna do?
There's an easier way to save.
Whatever.
Get online. Go to geico.com. Get a quote. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
She's the world's deadliest assassin. But for the Musketeers, we are surrounded by enemies.
We need the most feared swordsman in Europe.
She's their only hope to save the world.
Well, we don't have all night.
On October 21st, you want to be a Musketeer? This is your chance. It's the classic story for a new generation.
All for one.
One for all.
The Three Musketeers. Rated PG-13. October 21st.
My home, man.
But with the Watch ESPN app, I could stream one game on my iPad when there's another on the tube. Shoot, all I'm missing is a sofa, a bed, toothpaste, deodorant, someone to tell me I need deodorant, a floor.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
Welcome back to Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by IBM.
Al was a guy where you felt like you could go to him and talk about your problems, and a lot of people did.
Now, there are a lot of people hate him in the NFL because he's beating them in the courts and he's beating them on the field, but he is extremely gracious and great to all his ex-players.
If you wore that silver and black in the Al Davis book, you were a part of him and you were family.
I think every player, whether he admits it or not, towards the twilight of his career, wants to go play for the Raiders.
Well, Al Davis passing away yesterday at his Bay Area home at the age of 82. His Raiders were always a different entity, that's for sure. And Hugh Jackson is their head coach as the Raiders are in Houston to an early kickoff to play the Texans. Hugh was kind enough to visit with our Bob Holtzman.
Hugh, you guys spent a lot of time together at the team hotel yesterday. How would you describe the emotions of this team right now?
Good. I think we're ready to play. I think we understand the significance of what happened yesterday, but I think we also understand we have a game to play.
What do you plan to say to your team before this game kicks off?
I'd probably say just what Coach would say, just win, baby.
How do you expect, what kind of effort do you expect from your team today?
I expect a great effort. I expect to go win the game. I mean, that's what we're here for. I think our players understand that we've been built this way, you know, from head to toe. I think our guys understand how we put this team together in Coach's vision and what his expectations are of this football team. And we're not going to back off of that, not one bit.
I understand Al's son, Mark Davis, is here with the team today. What, if any, impact do you think that will have?
Tremendous impact. He's at every game, and we're glad to have him here. We want to represent him and his dad the right way, and we're going to go out and play Raider football.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very nice of Coach Jackson to join us there. And speaking about Raider football, a gentleman that certainly knew how to do it. He caught over 1,000 passes for the Silver and Black, and that would be Tim Brown, who joins us now live from the area where he lives now in Dallas. And Tim, first of all, our condolences to you and all the Raider family. What was it like to see and interact with Al Davis, the owner, if you will, or managing general partner, on a daily basis? I mean, you're a player. He's, quote, upstairs every day you saw him. What was that like?
Well, he wasn't upstairs. he was on the field with us, and that was a great thing about Al. You know, you never had to worry about wondering where your owner was. He was always on the field, and I think that's the one thing the guys of the last 4 or 5 years have missed, the fact that he hasn't been at practice and he hasn't been that presence on the field like he was with us. And, you know, it was awesome. I mean, I knew no other thing because, you know, that was the only team I played for. But from what I hear, you know, other teams don't get that luxury of having their owner on the field on a day-to-day basis.
Well, no, most owners weren't coaches, et cetera. What did he teach you, Tim? You know, you have a head coach, you get position coach, et cetera. What did he teach you about football, both in the passing game and about being a professional player?
Well, you know, I think he taught me patience. You know, I think, you know, when you come out of college, you know, you have a Heisman Trophy under your arm, and you think you can do all these great things. You know, he automatically or initially told me, hey, look, I think you're going to be the best third down punt returner to ever play this game. And I'm going, what are you talking about? You know, that's not my goal here. I'm trying to be one of the best receivers ever play this game. But I think he had a goal for me that maybe I didn't see for myself. And once I was injured early in my career, you know, I sort of bought into his plan, because at that particular time, I was only playing on third downs when I was returning punts. But things changed for me a little later on in my career. and I was able to go out and play a lot more receiver. But, you know, he used to always say about me also, and the thing that really motivated me, that he loved when I had a bad play or I had a bad game, because he knew that I was going to come out the next play or the next game and do something great. And so that was something that I think that was his backhanded way of motivating me when I had a bad game or a bad play. But it certainly worked for me throughout my career.
Tim, he was always the coach, as you know better than us. What was it like to wear the silver and black for Al Davis?
Well, you know, no matter where you went, you had tons of fans. Raider Nation was everywhere. But you were hated also. And I think for us, I mean, obviously we didn't win 5 championships during my 16 years with the Raiders, but we played in a lot of great games, and emotionally and physically tough games. And it was just always great to know that you're going to have fans in every city that you went to, especially on the East Coast, and obviously back on the West Coast. But to know that you were hated just when the silver and black came out, the boos and the things that were thrown at you and all those kind of things, I think sort of motivated the players to go out and just try to play a little harder, just to prove the people right or wrong. Just depends on their perspective of the Raiders at the time.
And probably nobody liked those boos on the road better than Al Davis, right?
Well, you know, and he loved it. I mean, this guy would every road game he went on, he would go stand on the opposing team's bench, and while they came out to warm up, he would be standing right there, forcing the players to run around him. He was a menace to a lot of folks, I'm sure, but it was his way of doing things. And you know, the great thing about Al, no matter if you loved him or hated him, he didn't care. He was going to do things his way. And I think that's the special thing about him. You know, a lot of people would have changed or tried to, you know, fit into society. But I think Al wanted to do things his way, and that's what he did, and he did it great.
He did, Tim. I know that you and all your teammates, even those you didn't play with, the long legacy of the Raiders are feeling the hurt this week. And thanks for sharing some time with us this morning. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Boone. Appreciate you.
All right, Timmy. Very, very good player, obviously. Over 1,000 catches. We can go on and on and on. And so many Raiders. You just think of Al Davis. I mean, that is the Raiders. And he's like a walking history lesson in professional football. You will not, Morton Adam, think about the Raiders 30, 40, 50 years from now without thinking about Al Davis. Now where do we move on?
Boomer, that's exactly right. And even when I started covering the league well over a quarter of a century ago, I was amazed at how many people outside the Raiders referred to Al Davis on things they learned. You know, there's a new popular phrase called bigger, faster, stronger. That was always Al Davis. I mean, he built his teams with big tackles, with corners that could cover, with speed that, as he said, would strike fear and intimidate you. He loved collecting what you could call trophies, Heisman Trophy winners, guys like Tim Brown, guys like Charles Woodson, Bo Jackson. No mistake that Darren McFadden, by the way, even though he wasn't a Heisman winner, runner-up twice, has that speed. And he wasn't afraid, as Tim Brown said, to do the unpopular. He made Ray Guy a first-round draft pick, a punter, and he made Sebastian Janikowski a kicker, a first-round punter, and he didn't need the Rooney Rule to do the right thing when it comes to hiring minorities and others.
And there was a soft side to him as well. Last week, before the Raiders played the Patriots, Al Davis approached Patriots owner Robert Kraft and told him that the Raiders plan to have a moment of silence before the game to honor his late wife, Myra Kraft. And then in turn, the league yesterday sent out a memo to all the teams hosting games this weekend. And across the league today, every home team will have a moment of silence for the late, great Al Davis. Boom.
As they should. Thanks, fellas. More on Al Davis as we move along here. Well, even though he's on a bye week, I mean, Ravens perennial Pro Bowl linebacker Ray Lewis always itching to talk football. We'll do that with Ray when we return.
BCS Countdown, tonight at 8:15 on ESPN.
We gotta move! Today, Transformers is on DVD and Blu-ray. Bring home the best action movie ever. Transformers. Own it on DVD and Blu-ray combo pack today.
16 mascots. 1 winner. View their epic tales of courage, honor, and fur. And vote for your favorite mascot at CapitalOneBowl.com.
So if I didn't know better, I'd say you're having some sort of big tire sale.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. How many tires does Ford buy every year?
Over 3 million.
You say you can beat any advertised price on tires?
Correct.
Anywhere?
Yes.
Like this price?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
What about this one?
I'll beat it.
This one?
Yes, we will.
All right. I only have one more question for you.
Yes.
This one?
Yes.
Get a $100 rebate when you buy 4 tires. $100 only at your Ford dealer.
3 million tires, 11 major brands. Fiona's kind of nice. I don't know why you're not here.
Everything NFL, every day of the week. NFL.com.
All right, how are things going to play out in the East?
Well, it all comes down to a strong defense or a high-powered offense.
Defense versus offense.
Our offense versus their defense.
Everybody knows defense wins championships.
Win with offense in this league.
We all know they can't play defense.
No, they stink.
Tough defense at home in the cold.
Offense scores points.
It all boils down to one thing, am I right? Special teams. Huh?
To hear every story from every angle, go to ESPNradio.com.
Do you know how you will react when someone changes lanes without warning? Or when you're distracted? When you're falling asleep at the wheel? Do you know how you'll react? Lexus can now precisely test the most unpredictable variable in a car, the driver. When you pursue perfection, you don't just engineer the world's most advanced driving simulator. You engineer amazing.
Dish Network claims to be a better value than DirecTV. What Dish doesn't tell you is that if you're one of the millions who love AMC, BET, Bravo, or MSNBC, you won't get them with Dish Network's Top 120 package. In fact, you won't get any of these 48 channels. With DirecTV's Choice package, you get all those channels plus every other top-rated channel, too. More of the channels you love. Another reason 50 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
The Ravens hit their bye week in dominating fashion. They lead the AFC North at 3-1. Man, they come out firing right out of the gate, outscoring opponents 52-7 in the first quarter. That's the best first quarter scoring differential in the NFL. Joe Flacco has been way up, way down. In each win over the Steelers and Rams, he had 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. In his 2 other games against the Titans and Jets, he's totaled just 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Consistency, not an issue for the Ravens defense. Baltimore currently leads the league in takeaways, 2nd in points allowed, and ranks 3rd in total defense. So no wonder Ray Lewis looks so relaxed. Hi, Ray. Hi, Ray. We know you're relaxed for that, and also because you get to be home in Florida for the bye week. What kind of football-related activities kind of get your attention this weekend?
How you doing, Susie? Thanks for having me on. I tell you, to come home and anytime you get to see your sons play football, it's a different motivation. And this weekend, I saw my 2 younger boys. They're undefeated, playing in Lake Mary, and both of them play cornerback and they play running back, and to see the things that they've done, the excitement behind that as a father, it kind of rejuvenates you. And then Friday night, I got to see my big boy play. He's a junior in high school, and the things that he done that night, I mean, it was like deja vu. It was almost like seeing myself back in high school again. So it was really good to get away from it all, but come home and see the babies.
Yeah, do they hit like you?
Yeah. I promise you they do. And my oldest son, I tell you, he's just scary. He's scary, the things that, he does identical to his father. The way he plays, the passion he plays with, he really always tries to keep his team involved, and it's just really exciting to watch.
Ray, it seems like the bye week really came at a good time for you guys. A lot of injuries, especially on defense. But despite that, it seems like the defense is really living up to what defensive coordinator Chuck Pagano wanted. Aggressive, blitz happy. You've been on a lot of different types of defenses. What's making this one work so well?
I think honestly what's making it work is first of all, you have to look inside of our room. That's one thing Chuck speaks about all the time. is look around in our defensive room and look at the men that's in our room. I mean, we have people at every place, you know, from the D-line to Suggs and Nada to the linebacker core to the secondary. We have pieces in the right places, and, you know, you bring in a couple additions, you know, like a Brian Pollard and different things like that, and Kerry Williams is playing at a high level right now. Ladarius Webb is really stepping up, and it's always next man up. You know, we've been, you know, had a couple of injuries here or there, but every person is stepping up, and I think the key, you know, to the entire puzzle is Chuck Pagano. I mean, there's nothing like Chuck. You know, when you sit there, you talk to him as a man, when you walk in the meetings room with him, you want to go to war for him, you know, and I think it's his flexibility on the way he comes in and the way he attacks defensive game plans, you know. He doesn't attack it from the standpoint of just giving it to you. He says, I'm going to give it to you, and you tell me how we're going to make this work. You know, he really challenges me and Ed with that a lot. And, you know, having a coach like Dean Pease in there with all the different things that he has. So I just think it's a great round thing, a great, you know, glob of things that we have going in our defensive meeting room right now.
Well, your defense was so dominating against the Jets, and of course you know the Patriots well. That matchup today, what do you find most intriguing about that battle?
You know what, I just think, you know, you're going to have to find a way, you know, if you're Rex's defense, you're going to have to find a way to get to Brady. You know, if you don't get to Brady, then the game is going to be a long day. You know, sitting back there, you're going to have to really show great disguise on him, because he's going to know when, you know, you get a cover 3, cover 1, anything like that, and he's going to pick his poison, you know, wherever it is. And that's what I think the most intriguing matchup. And then, you know, will the Jets get back to running the ball the way they know how to run the ball? You know, New England is struggling in that area right now. So can the Jets, you know, really establish their run game and limit Mark Sanchez throws?
Ray, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of your time off, and we will look forward to seeing you back on the field against the Texans.
Thank you, Susie.
Thanks, Ray. Well, right now, Lewis and company on top of that AFC North, where last year's champs need a win to keep pace. Big Ben and company ailing, getting ready to host the mighty Titans.
Coming up, in week 2, he tried unsuccessfully to turn back the hands of time. See how Kenny attempts to help Pete Carroll and the Seahawks navigate their way back to the future.
I can't help, because it was a movie. It was not real.
Plus, a dream that's frightening, panic-inducing.
Dream team, that word is dead now.
How the Eagles season has become a nightmare on Broad Street.
$100 for a pair of jeans? Give me a break. I wear Lee Premium Select because they fit, they're comfortable, and they cost less than $50. And according to studies, I've been told they make my butt look good. Researcher.
Getting comfortable never looked so good.
I'm not a ship captain who battles monsters and has treasure pouring from his pants.
Don't tell my nose that.
21st Century Insurance here with I think, our fastest way yet to prove that you can save hundreds of dollars just by switching your car insurance. You start with 2 identical cars, one covered by a leading insurance provider, the other covered by 21st Century. Both cars have the same damage, but here's the fun part. You see, they both have the same coverage, so they both get the same fast, hassle-free repairs. Although, I have to confess, I've never seen my mechanic move like that. And done. Same car, same damage, same repairs, but drivers who switch from Geico to 21st don't pay the same premiums. No, they save an average of $492 a year. And drivers who switch from Progressive, they save even more. Call 888-244-6152. That's 888-244-6152. Or try us online at 21st.com. 21st Century Auto Insurance. The same great coverage for less.
Hey, you'll love this.
Thing is sick.
Yeah, it's got 2 lenses, so the 3D's amazing.
Ever heard of 3D, Grandpa?
It's easy to use, and the best part is...
we can make 3D movies at home and watch them in 3D or HD.
Check it out. That picture's incredible.
Mom, this new TV is so cool.
When you turn on a Sony, you can't help but show it off.
It's a full day of soccer Tuesday on ESPN2. At 7, Jurgen Klinsmann leads Tim Howard, Clint Dempsey, and an experienced American side as the Yanks take on Ecuador. Then at 9:30, it's a clash of mesmerizing attacking squads as Chicharito in Mexico welcomes scintillating youngster Neymar in Brazil.
And the goal comes from the young prodigy.
Coverage kicks off Tuesday with Germany-Belgium. Then at 7, USA-Ecuador, followed by Mexico-Brazil on ESPN2.
Footballs are leather, not crystal. You can't look into them and see ahead. The preseason is for predictions.
The moves that the Eagles have made, the fan base is definitely thinking Super Bowl or bust.
The regular season is for proof.
The Bills have defeated the New England Patriots. They are first place in the AFC East.
And the Bills, not the Eagles, have been living the dream.
Michael Vick and the Eagles on a beautiful day in Buffalo. They hope it's beautiful for them at 4:15 Eastern. They haven't won a game since opening day. Do they get moving on the track in the Ralph, or is it the Bills that score points as they've done all year? Well, a month ago, this would have been easy to guess that in Week 5, when Philadelphia traveled to Buffalo, one team's going to be 3-1, the other one's going to be 1-3. You would have guessed wrong. The Eagles come in as losers of every game except for opening day, as we said, and the Bills were unbeaten until last Sunday. Buffalo got a dose of their own medicine when they blew a 14-point lead at Cincinnati. That's just after they beat Oakland after trailing by 18, and then, of course, beat New England after they trailed by 21. The Eagles still have Super Bowl aspirations, and they should note that 10 years ago, New England began the season 1-3. They won it all. But Philadelphia's got to start winning and start winning now. And all eyes in the city of brotherly love are upon the Eagles now, as Philly's baseball dream team, or at least their dream pitching staff, has been bounced unceremoniously from the National League playoffs. Last week saw them lose a 20-point lead to the 49ers. A big game at the Ralph. So we say good morning to Ed Werder. Hello, Ed.
Hello, Boomer. Your lead-in shorter than the national anthem warm-up here. Hey, the Eagles' desperation beginning to show. Spoke with Eagles quarterback Michael Vick after his team completed its practices this week. He told me that they understand they're essentially playing for their season, and he believes that the time has come for Philadelphia to put it all together. Vick said he likes the positive tone in the locker room all week and has encouraged his teammates to play loose and relaxed and not worry about making mistakes. Offensive lineman Todd Harriman's told me that Vick's determination is contagious and suggests that everybody make the all-in investment that's come from the quarterback who's delivered while playing hurt. Had nearly 500 yards last week. Harriman's praised Vick for his try-until-you-die approach and said, what we have to do is make sure he's not dying, make sure we're taking care of him and giving him a chance to win the game. Defensive end Cullen Jenkins decided it was time for him to assume a leadership role, even though he's played in only 4 games after winning the Super Bowl in Green Bay. Called a meeting, Boomer, of the team's defensive players to reiterate that while the Eagles have been knocked off their preseason pedestal, they now have to prove themselves, and that's really how it should have been all along.
Well, it's true. And Ed, he sent the word out to Western New York to be nice to you. And, send some wings over to you. Maybe, just maybe. Enjoy the game. This should be a lot of fun. Tommy, the Bills, and it's surprising to say this if you go back a month, but they can pose some problems, as the Patriots and Raiders, to some teams. What specific problems do they pose to the Eagles today?
Well, I think they really challenge the middle defense of the Philadelphia Eagles because they throw so well and they run the ball so well with Freddie Jackson. When you look at the Eagles, Casey Matthews, Jamar Chaney, Brian Rowe, the interior backers, they're catching blocks. They don't disengage and get off people, which is one of the more important jobs. You can see right there, they're still engaged with blockers. Frank Gore already to the second level and into the third level. Now I'm going after DBs. The team doesn't tackle real well. And the same thing is really true as well in their pass defense. But here again, running the ball, catching blocks. That's Jamar Chaney right there in the middle of the football field between the hashes. Look how far this block goes before he disengages. It is 10 to 12 yards down the football field. Now, when you talk about their ability to defend the pass, 10 touchdown passes in the last 3 games, 6 of them to running backs and tight ends. Now, I don't say this to discredit the guy because I don't know him. But when you take the offensive line coach, Juan Castillo, and you make him your defensive coordinator, I just never heard of it. I've been around football a long time. I never heard of it.
And that's part of the problem with the Philadelphia Eagles is they're taking guys from different parts of football and trying to integrate him into something new. When you look at Nnamdi Asomugha, he comes from the Raiders. A straight man-to-man cornerback. Boy.
Yes.
Okay, he's going to run with you, put his hands on you. That's it. Now he's in a different system. Okay, he's in a 4-3. They're looking. He has to look now at the line of scrimmage most of the time. You take Cullen Jenkins, 3-4 with the Green Bay Packers. Now you're asking him to play 4-3. Nnamdi's there. Now you got Cromartie from Arizona, who becomes the third defensive back opposed to a starting defensive back in Arizona.
Different mindset.
Totally different mindset. Like you said, TJ, you take an offensive line coach and you make him the defensive coordinator. And you're asking all of that to jail for you, and all this is on defense. And you want this to quickly jail. That's part of the problem, Coach.
Well, this is their day of reckoning. You're going into Buffalo against a good football team up in Buffalo. Buffalo's strength has been to come back in the second half. Their strength is to play bad in the second half, or weakness has been play bad in the second half. We'll see what happens. But I tell you what, when you talk about how good you are, how much talent you have, you got problems. You got to go out and prove it. Nobody cared. Did you care who you were playing against? The better they were, the more you wanted them, right?
Coach, you know I didn't care, especially when the Bears came running to town.
Hey!
Stop it! It's about a mindset, though. Right. I mean, we can talk about personnel, we can talk about schemes. All that stuff is a part of football. But to be a championship caliber team, you have to have the right mindset. They're getting whooped in the fourth quarter. Now, this is the most talented Andy Reid has had, okay? Abbreviated offseason. So I'm going to still give them another 4 weeks till the midway point in the season. I don't think it's make or break. If they can get to the midway point at 4-4, I believe that they can make a run, go 6-2 in the last, and we'll be happy because they be in the playoffs.
If they lose this football game today, 4 weeks won't matter.
Yeah.
Mike, I mean,
the Bulls still holding on.
Oh no, but I'm with you with
it's
the
a big
problem
day
is
today, though.
The problem is, and while they take 2 months to get ready, they weren't counting on 1-3 and maybe looking at 1-4. I'll answer my own question about Buffalo specifically against Philadelphia, and it goes to what you just showed, Tom. 2 of the best players on the Bills are the center and the guard. Eric Wood and Andre Levitre, a 1 and 2 pick a few years ago. Right up the middle, which plays right to your point, up the middle of the field. That's what Fred Jackson does a lot of his damage. These guys handled Seymour, Richard Seymour of Oakland. These guys handled Wilfork. They can handle what Philly brings them. I think there's an XO.
But remember one thing. Don't wait till tomorrow to do what you could do today.
I agree.
Remember that.
I agree. We don't ever wait till tomorrow. We're going to ask Coach Parcells. You keep your eye on the Eagles. What do you see in Philadelphia thus far, Coach?
Well, I do agree with Mike. I think this is the day of reckoning. I think we enumerated some of the problems the Eagles had last year, Chris, with their protection, with their red zone defense, with things of that nature. The quarterback's still getting knocked down 9 times a game here. Now, the problem with the Eagles is they have 4 dynamic players, Macklin, Jackson, McCoy, and Vick. And when people look at the team, that's what they see. Those are the most visible guys. But there are 49 other ones. So the dinner that the Eagles are trying to cook has a lot of nice garnishments right now. What they need is a little more meat and potatoes, a little more solid effort, definitely better defense, or they don't have a chance. And they are running out of time. 3 losses this time of year is a lot. You get that to 6 or 7, now you're already struggling for a spot. So I think this is a day of reckoning, just like Mike Ditka said.
Well, they got to get it going. And the Bills, though, Coach, as you know, can score points with them. That's for sure. Back to our IBM Insight Center and to the point that you guys talk about. Philadelphia in the fourth quarter. Not only did they lose the 3 games, they haven't scored a point in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Remember they lost the lead at Atlanta on a Sunday night? But that was all right at the time. Of course, the big glaring one is at home to San Francisco a couple of weeks ago. So there you go in the fourth quarter. Not so good, man. Running behind Wood and Levitre in the middle of the line. Fred Jackson, he is impressed. Catching and running the ball for the Buffalo Bills. They're ready at the Ralph, I can tell you that. And they are also ready in Foxborough. Both the Jets and the Patriots late afternoon kickoff. We'll dive much more into that matchup because, frankly, nobody can. We just can't wait.
IBM Insight Center is presented by IBM. Let's build a smarter planet. Visit IBM.com/smarterplanet.
There are over 12,000 diseases in the world. Some take years to diagnose and treat. How How can doctors find insights and a body of medical knowledge that doubles every 5 years? New solutions based on IBM Watson are being developed to help doctors analyze a patient's history, symptoms, and the latest medical literature to make faster, more accurate diagnoses.
Hello, my name is Watson.
Let's build a smarter planet.
All right, fellas, I need your best today. Get your mind right. Today's our day. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Get coverage of every NFL game on NFL Mobile. Call Star NFL to download it now. Only from Verizon.
Hola, amigos. Look at your cat. Now back to me. Now back to your cat. Now back to me. Sadly, your cat is not me. But if he got off the catnip and got himself a cape and some boots, he could act like me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You are in an adventure. 9 lifetimes in the making. With a cat, your cat could act like. What is in your paw? Holy frijoles. It is golden eggs. Does your cat have golden eggs? I didn't think so. I'm on a horse.
DreamWorks Puss in Boots 3D, rated PG.
I've never caught anything in this old pond, but what I am catching is live sports. With WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app, I get ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPNU, and more live on my computers, iPads, and iPhones. Oh, fish ain't biting. Time to get the dynamite.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
All right, $1 million quarter mile.
We talking or we racing? We'll do one last job. This is $100 million. You say what?
Watch the explosive extended edition with even more action.
The men we're after are professional runners.
Go to directv.com/cinema and watch the first 10 minutes free. Fast 5, now playing on DirecTV Cinema. Same day as Blu-ray and DVD. Movie start at channel 125.
I'm Mike's TV, and we just moved here from Boston. And while my man left his girl, he couldn't leave his Bruins. So we just ordered NHL Center Ice. With up to 40 out-of-market games a week, many in HD, keeping track of your favorite team has never been easier. Watch the Penguins from LA, Blackhawks from New York. With NHL Center Ice, you can follow your team all season long. It's like Thomas and Chara moved in with us, and we're all roommates. NHL Center Ice. The game lives where you do.
Enjoy your NHL Center Ice free trial. Call 1-800-GET-SPORTS for the full season package. History will dictate what my legacy is, and Maverick is fine, because I am. Outlaw I'm not, but you believe in what you believe and sticking up for your rights and sticking up for the rights of others from time to time. Do it your way. Don't let the culture tell you what to do. That's being a Raider. That's the history of it.
Again, the football world all morning, the passing of Al Davis at the age of 82. Yesterday, we continue to talk with those who got to know Al Davis a little better than most. And that would include he's on our team this year, Jerry Rice, who, yes, we know Jerry for all those great years with the San Francisco 49ers, but some people might forget, and you certainly don't, that you became a Raider and went to the Super Bowl dressed in silver and black. Good morning, Jerry. Our condolences for the loss of Mr. Davis. What was he like? I mean, here you came from a passing offense, San Francisco, and then you become a Raider. What was that like after so many years in the league?
Well, first of all, Al Davis, he was a visionary, and he was very influential. Well, Al was very he was one of those guys that would go out there and you wanted to do battle with. And I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional because I had the opportunity to play for him. And but he brought something very, very unique to the game. And, fans everywhere, not only just Raider fans, they owe Al Davis for helping us to build this game into the game that it is today.
Jerry, did you sit and talk just football with him on many occasions?
Yeah, before I signed with the Raiders, Al Davis, I met with him, and we talked football for about an hour and a half. And, you know, just he was trying to pick my brain. I was picking his brain. And he would always go back to when Steve and I, when we broke that record on Monday Night Football, and it was Jim Brown's record of 127. And I didn't know how to take that. I didn't know if Al was just joking around with me or if he was serious. But he would always reflect back on that. And we all know that, you know, with Al Davis, his blood is all, you know, silver and black.
When you became a Raider, what did you notice right away? You know, you'd been the 49er for so many years, and one way to do it. What was it like to become a Raider after all your years in the league, Jerry?
It was great. And another thing with Al Davis, he personified the image and the mystique of the Oakland Raiders. And the motto, you know, just win, baby, and also the commitment to excellence. And you knew that when you played the Oakland Raiders that you were in, you know, in for a battle because, you know, regardless of the score, it was going to be a physical ball game. And I think it had to do with Al Davis and what he stood for.
And in just the pass catching part of it, I mean, he had the Raiders, and they still are such a vertical team throwing the ball, which is a little bit different than from San Francisco. Not that you guys didn't go long, but when you became a Raider, all of a sudden you looked at these routes and went, whoa, this could be fun, huh?
Yeah, it was very exciting because he wanted to throw the ball downfield. And even though I was at the latter part of my career, you know, I felt like I could still get out there and I could compete. And I had a great time in Oakland, you know, playing in that system. But, you know, the thing that really captured my eye, he would bring me up to his office and he would talk to me about different players. He said, well, how do you feel about this player? You know, should we get him, you know, put him on the football field, or, you know, can he contribute to the team? And, you know, so, you know, those are some of the meetings that I'm going to miss and because it was so exciting.
You know, we all know him and his persona, for those that never got to really get to talk to Al, as a tough and as a maverick and as, you know, the silver and black, just win, baby. But there was another side, Jerry, right, that you got to see. What do people not know about Al?
And Al Davis, he was the type of owner, he wanted to protect the players. So he took all the criticism, and so we could go out there and play our football and just focus on that. But, you know, he was a great guy. And even though people, you know, misunderstood him, he just wanted to win football games and you know, just be a part of the Raider Nation.
Well, I know that even if you had not played for the Raiders, just playing football at your level so great, so long, just being involved in a game with Al Davis enriched you. But having played a couple of years with the Raiders, I know you feel that you truly had a great football experience. And again, our condolences to everyone that ever donned a silver and black jersey. Thanks for joining us this morning, Jerry.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate it.
All right, Jerry Rice, the greatest ever lineup at wide receiver, and there he was, and the Raiders in the Super Bowl, and he's feeling. And is this man, Jason Campbell, the quarterback of the Raiders, and you know to a man that they want to go out and do their best today against the Houston Texans. And we'll be back with more on Al Davis and the league.
Coming up.
Can't wait.
We'll dive into the sights and sounds of the Jets-Patriots rivalry, DJ Porter style.
I hate the Jets. He said he hated the Jets.
Plus, he's heard enough.
We picked some poor players, and we're not owning up to it.
What has the coach boiling over?
The biggest surprise for me was they didn't do it sooner.
And ready to tell these legends.
Stop it.
The chase was turned on its head at Dover, propelling Kurt Busch past rival Jimmy Johnson and into championship contention. As familiar faces shake up the standings, the champ finds himself back in the hunt. Will Kurt take him down again, or has Jimmy returned to championship form? In this tight race for the Cup, nothing beats first place. The chase continues at Kansas, today at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Telecast presented by Dodge.
Say bonjour to my new Popeye's Dippin' Chicken. Premium breast fillets cut into perfect chicken dippers and fried up fresh. Dippin' Chicken, fries, a biscuit, and a double serving of dipping sauce for just $3.99.
Here's to the things that keep us comfortable. Good friends, loyal dogs, and a pair of great-fitting jeans. Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. For long-lasting comfort and value, the right choice is Wrangler. Real, comfortable jeans.
Coming to Blu-ray. TGI Fridays as incredible as it looks. Pretty good.
Blu-ray and combo pack includes a playable game demo of Ratchet & Clank, all for one. Rated E10 for everyone 10 and older.
Shut up.
Zookeeper, rated PG, on Blu-ray and DVD October 11th.
Creating a business website is easy. Whether you're a lawyer, a photographer, or a beauty salon. Choose your type of business, company name, color scheme, and design. Done. Customize your site with your own text, pictures, and logo. Customers will find you everywhere. Choose from over 200 industries. 1-in-1 My Website. Try it now for free. 1-in-1.com.
Cut!
I have a small part in a big movie. I thought we'd be on location for 3 days. It's been 3 weeks. So I used my City Simplicity card to pick up a few things, and I don't have to worry about a late fee, which is good.
No! Bigger!
Because I don't think we're going anywhere for a while.
Write your story with the new City Simplicity card. No late fees, no penalty rate, no worries. Get started at citysimplicity.com.
The road is not exactly a place of intelligence. Highway maintenance is underfunded, costing drivers $67 billion a year, and countless tires, which drivers never actually check because they're busy checking email. This is why we engineered a car that makes 2,000 decisions every second. The new Audi A6 is here. The road is now an intelligent place.
Welcome back to Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by IBM.
It's the latest chapter in the great sports rivalry in America. New York against Boston.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Can't wait.
This is gonna be me race my level. This is gonna be a real dogfight with the Jets. Tom Brady here, and Belichick there. 2 Hall of Famers sweating heads.
Really don't care.
And he's gonna get my best shot. Everything I got. I'm not here to kiss the ring. We just gotta do our thing. I hate the Jets.
He said he hated the Jets.
I hate the Jets. He knows me. Can't wait to play New England today. Can't wait to be the best on Sunday. Can't wait to play the Jets today. Can't wait to play on Sunday. They kicked their butt. Vegas, whipping. We couldn't run it. We couldn't throw it. We just sucked. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait.
It's tough to believe this organization 24 hours ago.
My job should be better coach.
I don't know.
This is about Belichick. I said that then. First Rex, there's no question. I'm saying it now. I took a shot at Brady, but he took a shot at me.
As long as Rex is coaching that team, they're going to have a pretty good football team.
Brady being Brady. Rex being Rex. Bill Belichick. This Bill Belichick.
Belichick here, and Belichick there.
2 Hall of Famers sweating heads.
Really don't care.
And he's going to get my best shot. Everything I got. I'm not here to kiss the ring. We just got to do our thing. I hate the Jets.
He said he hated the Jets.
I hate the Jets.
I love you, Tom.
Are you good enough to beat New England today? Can't wait to be the best on Sunday. Can't wait to play the Jets today. Can't wait to bring it on Sunday. They kicked their butt. Vegas, whipping. We couldn't run it. We couldn't throw it. We just sucked. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Our thanks to DJ Porter. That was a pretty interesting way to look at the Jets and Patriots, which is a kickoff late this afternoon. We go back to Foxborough now and join our Sal Palantonio again. And Sal, I mean, you were right there. You did the interview with Bart Scott post-game after that Jets upset playoff win at New England in January. How about the way this can't wait stuff has taken off, huh?
Boomer, it became an internet sensation. Millions and millions of people watched it on YouTube. Bart Scott, back in March, trademarked the two words "can't wait," made a clothing line out of it, a t-shirt line, but Scott did not keep a penny for himself. He wound up donating all of the money, all of the proceeds to the paralyzed Rutgers football player, Eric LeGrand. Now, I just talked to Eric on the telephone. He remains in classes at Rutgers. He's still paralyzed, still has only feeling in his shoulders, head, and neck. And he told me that his mother, unfortunately, just lost her job. His home has to be refitted to be handicapped access. His mother just lost his job, so Bart Scott just sent him a $36,000 check to make ends meet. That interview, the power of the internet, and those T-shirts, Boomer, gone a long way to help out a young man who really needs it.
That's impressive. That's impressive, Sal, and thank you very much for sharing that story with us. We'll get back to you a little bit because this is just starting to brew up there. The chowder's just starting to get on the stove at the moment. You know, there's so much to look at this game. A key matchup. What are we looking at today, Tommy?
This will come as news. Boom, Wes Welker is going to get some passes today from Tom Brady. So whoever is on him, whether it's Crow Marty, Kyle Wilson, is likely not to be Revis because he always plays to the sideline. It's an option route, and he runs it better than anybody maybe in the history of football. On pace to catch 160. Stop him today. You do a lot toward winning football games.
Tommy, a key to the game is getting Plaxico Burress involved in the passing game. People complain about the Jets not being able to run the ball. When you can't run the ball, you throw the ball to a 6'5" physical receiver who can still deliver the physical presence that ground round, whatever, chuck round, whatever they dang on Jets. Throw the ball to Plaxico.
See, talking about the running game, if there was a week to get back to the running game, this would be it this week. The Patriots defense ranks last in the NFL in yards allowed. There's only 7 teams that are close to them. I think that they can do it, but they have to understand, throw the football to open up the run. Don't take the ball out of Mark Sanchez's hands.
Well, because of what Tommy said about Wes Welker, I'm going to talk about the tight ends. You can't cover them. You can't cover Welker. What are you going to do? I mean, they get the greatest mismatches in football, and that's what they do, and they do it so well. Tight ends will come up big in this football game today, but Welker will also come up very big. That's just what they do, guys.
I'm going to go across the field and a forgotten receiver on the Jets. My favorite plays when I watch the Jets run it, and then Sanchez on the short boot to his tight end, Dustin Keller. That's part of their running game, if you will. I know statistically that's a pass, but if they're running okay and they throw to Keller, then the Jets will be moving offensively. We got plenty more ahead on this game.
Belichick and Ryan, a contrast of styles? Hardly.
What it is a Hall of Fame blazer.
They are day and night, black and white. Fire and water complete opposites with one common bond.
It boils down to 2 Hall of Famers button heads.
Hall of Famers.
Remember, Wendy, we make our hamburgers hot and juicy, and we'll always make them hot and juicy.
Years ago, my dad started a hamburger chain and named it after me. I love that about Dad. Today, we're introducing our hottest and juiciest hamburgers ever, and I'm naming them after him. Dave's Hot and Juicy, with our thickest, hottest, juiciest beef ever. New premium toppings and a warm butter toasted bun. These would have made Dad say, "Here's the beef." Right?
16 mascots. 1 winner. View their epic tales of courage, honor, and fur, and vote for your favorite mascot at CapitalOneBowl.com.
What do you think?
Oh, we shouldn't load up the credit card. What if you pull out of the tree again?
At Rent-A-Center, you don't need a credit card.
You can get an Ashley 7-piece living room group, your choice, just $24.99 a week, worry-free.
I didn't fall. He did.
Timber!
Let's go for a ride. In the near future, time has become the currency.
4 minutes for a cup of coffee?
Yesterday it was 3. You want coffee or you want to reminisce?
Please deposit for a minute.
You only live 25 years. Unless you get more time. For a few to be immortal, many must die. No one should be immortal. Even one person has to die.
If you had as much time as I have, what would you do with it?
I sure as hell wouldn't waste it. On October 28th.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna take them for everything they've got.
He's fast.
It's gonna have to be. I will stop him. I'm gonna make them pay.
Come on, help yourself.
Take the time, it's free.
His crime wasn't taking time. He was giving it away. In Time. Rated PG-13. October 28th.
Well, that's going to do it for the 9 o'clock hour right here on ESPNU. Switch over to ESPN as College Game Day continues.
Well, let's go, guys. 10 o'clock. Come on. Hurry up. Get on up there. Aaron, you forgot your purse.
That's not a purse. That's a satchel. Yeah, he's big in Europe right now, but you wouldn't know about that.
No, I would not. ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays at 9 a.m. on ESPNU. Continues at 10 a.m. on ESPN.
It's a full day of soccer on ESPN2. Tim Howard and Clint Dempsey lead the U.S. against Ecuador, followed by Mexico-Brazil. Coverage kicks off Tuesday with Germany-Belgium, followed by USA-Ecuador and Mexico-Brazil on ESPN2. Two talents, one proven, the other making his case. Breeze, been there, done that.
Here's the throw to Shockey, and it's a touchdown.
Newton just got here, wants to get it done.
Newton rolls out to the right. It's crowded. Newton dives for the pylon. Yes, touchdown.
The will to win.
Now, leading up to the NFL draft, how many times did we hear the Panthers need to take a big-time quarterback, #1 overall, because the NFC South is loaded at the position? Breeze, Ryan, Freeman. Well, here comes the first division test. Drew Brees and the Saints with 1,410 passing yards are second best in the NFL. Cam Newton has delivered too, although it hasn't translated into enough wins. Still, consider last year the Panthers averaged 12 points per game. This year, 22. Last year, their 4 quarterbacks combined to throw 9 touchdown passes. Newton already has 5, plus 4 more on the ground. Now, Newton won't gloat, but we will. And Newton has thrown for more than 370 passing yards in 3 of his first 4 career games. Entering the season, no rookie had ever eclipsed the 370-yard mark more than once. Now, Newton and company have contributed to the first 4 weeks of the season being the top 4 passing weeks in NFL history. But there's got to be a downside to this. What is it?
Well, there is a downside. These spread offenses, 10 quarterbacks threw for under 54%, which is not good. Short passing should be higher than that. Another thing, and the most visible thing to me, Sam Bradford has been knocked down 59 times in 4 games. Just turn the clock on and watch it tick.
You know, Coach, one thing I look at this, I think it's a camouflage version of the run and shoot. You know, I remember when I first got in the league, you got guys like Chuck Noll and Tony Dungy who were on the staff at the time. We played the Houston Oilers. He said, listen, guys, I listened to him talk to our defensive guys. They're going to be effective from 20 to 20. They struggle scoring, and always remember this, the door is always open for a comeback, even if they get a lead, because they do not know how to finish a game. And if you look at what's happening right now, there's 3 teams that are winning, throwing the football out, Packers, Saints, Patriots. But nobody else is winning. I mean, the Carolina Panthers still are not winning. You have to have that other phase where you can finish a game, you can control a game. 2 examples last week of teams that couldn't do that, Dallas and Philadelphia. People may say it's a passing league. It is a balanced league, and those who have balance will win championships.
Last week alone, 8 interceptions for touchdowns. That's the flip side, right? It's the hit or miss.
There's definitely some downside from these spread out offenses. And you're going to see it. You're going to see it soon. A lot of quarterbacks limping already.
Yeah, the total 291 sacks so far. Well, the Raiders are doing it the old-fashioned way. #1 run game in the NFL. Not that they also don't like to go deep. Today, they play with heavy hearts. Oakland at Houston, what to look for on the field when we come back.
What do I want? I want what every woman wants. I want to ride a dollar breakout before the Bank of China makes a move. I want actionable trade ideas, top-notch support. And by the way, since size does matter, I want to trade in a market that's bigger than the others. I want to trade the world.
It's your world. Trade it at Forex.com.
Forex trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors.
There's a lot of talk out there about who makes the most dependable truck. Well, talk is cheap. Here's a fact for you. The Toyota Tundra received J.D. Power & Associates' most dependable large pickup 6 years in a row. Now that's a statement no other truck can make. The full-size Tundra from Toyota.
We found something quite remarkable.
Did you hear that? This thing has replicated a person.
That's not possible.
It's like a virus. Not all of us are human.
The Thing. Rated R.
I've never caught anything in this old pond, but what I am catching is live sports. With WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app, I get ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPNU, and more live on my computers, iPads, and iPhones. Oh, fish ain't biting. Time to get the dynamite.
Watch ESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. The ESPN networks, live anywhere.
Hey everyone, it's your trusted friend Marty Lemkin here with another product that you're gonna love. Bam! Energy Blaster 3000.
This stuff cures diabetes, scabies, ear sap, good days, bad days.
Athlete's foot, razor burn, freezer burn, heartburn. This little baby takes care of it all. It turns naughties into hotties. Bam! Kaflowie, you're gonna love it. It's packed full of all of these vitamins and minerals. It's amazing. Look at this stuff. It's mostly plastic, so it never goes bad. And it tastes great. So your sink's clogged. Take a little of this, pour it down the drain. Frap! Unclogged. You're loving it.
Come on, everyone. You know that no product can do any of these things. If you want a product that can deliver, try new Works Energy. Works Energy provides a safe and effective boost of energy that works fast and lasts for hours. It's 0 calories, contains 0 sugar, and tastes great too. Our name says it all. Works Energy will work for you.
Welcome back to Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by IBM.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. It is with heavy hearts and presumably a strong sense of purpose that the 2-2 Oakland Raiders take the field today at 3-1 Houston. While the Silver and Black thinks of the passing of Al Davis, on the field they think of scoring, which they've done very well. They've scored 111 points in 4 games. That's 4 more than a team that's known for high scoring, the Houston Texans. Houston may have had their long-awaited signature win last week, 17-10 over Pittsburgh in a game that wasn't nearly that close. Can they use that win as a springboard, although they move forward for a while without stud wide receiver Andre Johnson? It's a matchup of last year's rushing leader, Houston's Arian Foster, against this year's leader thus far, Oakland's Darren McFadden. To Reliant Stadium and Bob Holtzman. Bob?
Well, Chris, on the back of the Raiders' helmets today, a subtle tribute to the man who built this franchise, and you're not going to see anything more than subtle from the Raiders today. There was no win one for the Gipper speech last night. Hugh Jackson knows that his players are creatures of habit. He did not change the normal schedule, trying to minimize distractions. Instead, they will try and focus on their play today to try and honor Al Davis. Defensive end Richard Seymour told me there were times over the past couple of years that he would run into Davis in the weight room, even though there were days that Davis could barely walk. Seymour said, that's who we're playing for today. Chris, if there was ever a day for the just win baby slogan, that's how the Raiders are approaching today.
Well, Bob, no question, and I think back to when the Giants, Wellington Mara, their beloved owner, passed away, and I think of that performance they had. I know they were at home, but it was a divisional foe, Washington. They clobbered the Washington Redskins, and it was a game for Mr. Mara. I just wonder what we're going to see out of the Raiders today. Houston had better be ready. When we return, plenty more on this show. We will remind you that Primetime Sports Center at 7 Eastern, we have a lot of fun. We go over all the games, right up until kickoff of the Sunday night game. You missed some of the games. We'll chew the fat, as we like to say. A lot of good games this afternoon, even though there are 6 teams not playing with a bye. We'll be back.
Big trouble for Big Ben?
This is my last year. It's my last year. That's the way I play the game. I play the game like every game could be my last.
TJ tells us why it may be curtain